lot of folks dead and gone. They still got us here, don't they? All right, I'm trying to think, what did I leave y'all off on last time? I erased it now, whatever it was. But we'll definitely look to see what does say Mr. Yahuwah. And we only call him Mr. Because by their definition, that means master. If anybody that's a master, it's definitely our Savior. Isn't that right? Anybody deserve that honor? It's the Most High. Y'all see where the world going. They in Trump peach, well, they impeach Trump. Or Trump the peach, whatever they do to him. At the end of the day, white people showing what side they bread butter on. They made him their God and now he's falling. You know, it's the fact that, you know, unlike us, it's amazing how white people can still find the good in a bad white man. As terrible as he been, as the liar he been, the stuff he done, the corruption he done caused, white people can still see the good in it. They're saying, what about all the good things? When somebody of color do something, they erase everything they ever done. Ain't that right? We'll never get the credibility, we'll never get the honor and respect that due to us through the white people. Now, unfortunately, our people still don't realize we got to stop looking for accolades from people that never loved us, never cared about us, never told us the truth. They only saw it and made us victims, took everything from, including our religion, our language, and our dignity and our respect. Put us on a welfare program, put us on a program of Medicaid and low-income housing. We've never been able to recover ourselves yet. They teach us how to pray towards Jesus that they made up, that they created, that they gave us, and they themselves don't even believe in it. The same God they told you to pray to, instead of you becoming proactive, or before you start to come out and protest, why they didn't pray to him? Why didn't they get on their knees and pray to Jesus and ask Jesus to go in there and change the vote? The white people know they fabricated Jesus. Jesus is something you get of poor people that don't have a common sense of where they at. That's where you go to any island you go to. It's not an island out here that don't believe in Jesus. Catholicism run the market. Look at the people they oppress and they take. Every one of them, they leave them Jesus. That's the mark of the white man. That's what they get. He'll never teach you who you are. He'll never educate you on truth. He'll never let you come back and look and research behind him. He'll just tell you to take his word for it, but he'll never take your word. When they tell you you're innocent to proven guilty, that's never to a person of color. That's to somebody that don't have color. They know it's the truth. Anybody white do something, they're going to tell you, well, we can't say that supposedly. You know, that's what's said, suspected. They'll use all these different words and adjective connotation when it comes to somebody white. To us, you're guilty. Before any evidence come, look at OJ. He was guilty the moment his white wife died. Anybody with common sense know OJ ain't kill her. Now, OJ snort that cane. I ain't going to tell no lie on him. Oh, he snort that cocaine now. Well, your hair don't look like that. Like you don't snort plenty of cocaine. When he was sitting up on that tree, they were trying to talk to him, he had that polo shirt on. OJ Jack got off a line. But there's no way in the world he killed that white woman. Like, you can't kill two people and cut them up into pieces. It take a special type of person to use a knife to kill. So a gun, you can just, that quick, before you think about it, it's done over. A knife, you actually putting yourself into play. You actually watching your victim suffer. And you can cut two heads to decapitate them. They know OJ ain't do that. OJ snort that cane. OJ ain't kill that white woman. Now, do I believe OJ knows something? Yes. Yes, OJ knows something. OJ ain't kill that white woman. They know it. They might well tell the truth. It's still late. Look at him. Look at Bill Cosby. He a victim of them. You come here and you believe in them. You put your heart in them. You come here and you work for them. As soon as you stop and say you want to create and get your own, then white folks either going to incarcerate you and kill you. Ask Michael Jackson. Ask Prince, somebody who was getting ready to educate black people on how to own their masters and how to control and get away from the industry. All of a sudden, Prince done fell out and died. Both these guys getting ready to do concerts. Now they fall out and die. That's what they do to you anytime you stumble against a system. So you sit back and you watch these people, white against white, the crime they commit against each other. I ain't on either side. You know what, Mr. America? Malcolm tried to tell you your rooster don't come home to roost on. They know what it is. You put it out here, you start, these your babies. England, France, Ireland, Russia, everybody that's sitting back looking at America, all these European countries, these your kids. This ain't us, these your kids cutting the food. Your democracy has fallen. It's a failure from the beginning because they're built on a principle of lies. They come along and told you the founding father had some kind of religious belief in what they stood for and what they feared and what they honor. How you come along and say you can't defend it, they actually stood against homosexuality. Ain't that right? They ain't gonna say Prince gay. Your founding father had rougher shirt and buckle shoes first. Isn't that right? They know who had them first. Tell them to say about George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. That's their founding father. White folk don't like when you talk, but they run our people down, though. Every time they look around, they find something wrong with some of our religious leaders. Every time you look around. Now, I'm against any man that sit around and have sex with anybody other than the wife. I don't go along with no preacher sleep with no kid. I'm not going to pray for him. I'm praying for immediate death and execution to him. You going to sleep with your member? Immediate death and execution to you. No leader got no business having no hands, having no sex with their members, and definitely with no kids. But they ain't got no standard like that. I'm against a preacher on cocaine. Midnight rambling and clubbing. Need to be a standard. People need to see somebody with a lifestyle now. Donald Trump ain't failed me. I ain't had no hope in him in the first place. I seen Donald Trump, you know what I said? That's the best that white America got to offer. Anybody know you go somewhere? I remember my bishop years ago when I first started preaching, I told my bishop I said, I want to know why I went on program. He said, well, let me ask you something. He said, well, you got something going on. He said, you put your best on. I said, hold on, but he said, answer the question. He said, you having something going on, you put your best on. I said, Bishop. He said, answer the question. I said, I'm going to answer if you let me answer it. He said, what is it? I said, Bishop, you ain't got nobody in that room if possible on their planet or Mars going to do nothing better than I'm going to do. That's when I knew my life was failing. That's when I knew me and my bishop had out, I was going to have to leave. I knew then, you're going to have to leave out their ministry. They're not going to let you stay here. Listen, didn't nobody even turn around and look at me. I knew they were pissed. My pastor, I said, yeah, this done went real bad, but why don't you used to coming down then? I was like, Rumble, I was out there. He drew first blood. But he even said that at the truth. He said, you put your best on. When America put Donald Trump on there, that's the best America got. Ain't that right? They ain't never seen the best we got. That's the truth. Your country failing because you put your best up there and your best failure. Make sure they see that. Don't get mad with nobody. That's the best America got and he failed you. Man, done brought out every toothless, homeless clown he could get. Ain't that right? First thing they come out and do on the most, listen, the best they got, they come out and build a hanging noose. Plastic handcuff, no teeth on. Ain't that right? Bull horns in their head and paint on their face. They're the same people that sat here and robbed America when they first got here and they stole from them. That's the best they got. Come in, don't know how to settle the desk, throw his foot up on the desk, and the flag hanging down. Disgrace. The same flag they told us can't touch the ground. Nobody checked to see if it touched the ground. I want to try to find out when it's ever going to start standing for something. When the people of color we look at, the flag ain't never stood for nothing, for the number of degradation and rape, poverty, incarceration. That's what they hang you on. That's what they put you on. You have yet to see them really running them people down. They're telling you that 5 people lost their life. 1 person lost their life. That was the police officer. The rest of them were criminals. Where Blue Lives Matter at? Why they ain't crying out a white man being killed by white folks? They told us when the black people was on the street when we were marked the so-called Negro. We can't say black, or black is not a real. That's something that's not real, something that pretends. So I can't be black because I'm real. White people count on you to use words like that. They take vocabulary words and use them against you, make a fool out you. Put them in a coloring box and tell you it don't even exist. Put it on a page, a white page, and put black letters and tell you it's something that don't exist. White people know it exists. They just refuse to acknowledge it. Isn't that right? They acknowledged the page. They didn't acknowledge the words of their constitution when they ran inside their White House, when they ran inside the Capitol. They ignore every law. That's why they don't want to acknowledge nothing black. Don't be afraid of these white people. They ain't going to do nothing they been done. I'm going to go get some bullets. I'm not going to get no bullets. I've been had bullets. What you need bullets for? These white folks, listen, these the praying people that going to get bullets. These folk that tell you to pray, these folk tell you they're against you and your violence. If you got something, then do it non-violent, had bombs in their car. And these folk ready to go and get, they just announced, Mike Pompeo just announced today that, yesterday that Iran and Al-Qaeda done hooked up together. They told her these are bombers. These the folk bombed America. What were these people getting ready to have these bombs in their cars? Pipe bombs, gas bombs in their car. Why they won't tell you these folk terrorists? White man drove to Nashville, Tennessee and blowed it up. When the last time y'all heard about that story? Because white people always been covering white people crime. Anytime we say something, listen, it's coming home to roost on you. I'm not praying for you and I'm not going to help you. It's your problem. You didn't do nothing for her. They told Black Lives Matter they were a terrorist group. And I told them I don't know one black person. Who ain't here a member of Black Lives Matter? Who ain't here know somebody a member of it? Why these crackers keep lying talking about we members? That's a statement. I don't care nothing about their organization. So that George Soros, No, it tells you that people of color, our lives count. They don't believe it. Now look at white folk. White man sitting in the door hollering and crying and screaming with a gun on his side, tear gas. You think I'm finna be hollering, I got a gun on my side? Who I'm gonna let this gun get in? This gun ain't gonna be hollering. You know, hollering like a gun. Ah! Ah! Where Blue Lives Matter at? Why won't these people say something again? They watch their own set here question the door, and none of them white boys help them. You know what Black Lives Matter? All those white people that were white were black people who went and bought masks of white people and painted their bodies and went down. Talking about Antifa, they the same people. They ain't and they uncle, the same people. Talking about Antifa. I'm looking at Uncle Tifa who was in there. Why they want to talk about Uncle Tifa? You know, that other white folks in there. White folks kept in the FBI need help, want to find out who they are. Man from Arkansas. How you know he from Arkansas? You don't know his name. Mess around and get a PPP loan, they track you down in a matter of minutes. They can't find white folk who show their face, who sit here and make video, who post the stolen goods, and they still looking for them. Got an IP address, home address. Then the folk went out to eat and drink in the nation capital. You can't go nowhere in Washington, D.C. in a camera there. How many of y'all ain't never been to Washington, D.C.? If you go, you've been on film. I went up there, as soon as I got back, I found a paper in my bag. I got to throw it away. I said, I didn't put this in my bag. They said, oh, just to let you know, we went through your bag. I said, what in the world happened? Ain't no way in the world these folks flew up to all these white folks, they didn't go through their bag. All these white folks, you can't ride on the expressway and cameras don't take your picture in Washington, D.C. You can't stay in a hotel, there's not one on top of the building. And they said they didn't know. They had no idea that over 100,000 white redneck knuckle draggers wasn't going to do nothing. Should have talked to us. Should have talked to the people that look like us they killed over the last few hundred years. Anytime y'all got together drunk and you're toothless, it always come up with somebody dying. When white folk get a cheap bottle of liquor and 3 sticks, somebody finna get hung. How you build a hanging noose right there in the nation capital? Nobody walked up and looked at, why are you sitting here building this here? The president let them down there and left them. Don't be mad with nobody, white folk. Ain't the Democrat problem. The man that led you down there is the person made a fool out you. He told you he was walking down there with you. He went the other way. Trump done destroyed these people, made a fool out of them. Some of these people here be pretty good. You done sat here and left your sister to go up here to the nation capital. Oh, I know you sleep with his sister. Man looking like that, ain't nobody gonna marry but his sister. They gonna make him do it at a family reunion. Y'all all right? Don't be scared to tell them the truth. They say anything to you. White folks always insult you, run you down. Now their country failed. They trying to find somebody to blame. This summer, the protest. How many officers were killed this summer by Black Lives Matter and Antifa? Absolutely none. They sat here and bust one in the head with a fire extinguisher and nobody talking about it. You have yet to hear them say one time out their mouth that somebody's going to be charged with that man's murder. Then they want to know that they say, we need to heal. How you healing that man ain't been buried yet? Go tell his wife that the nation need to heal and her husband dead. Well, I'm sorry, he had a girlfriend. He had a, go tell his mother, go tell his family, go tell his sisters and brothers that the nation need to heal and need to move on. This man ain't even in the ground yet. And the other 4 people are victims. They're not victims. They were privy to. And they need to go in, if they was living, they need to give them time even though they did. People say here and served in the military, they don't turn against their own government. All these folks in every congressman that sat there and represent and supported and senator need to go to jail too. Saying here the oath they took to swear and protect the country, they went against it. Man, I'm saying committed treason against the country. The president, that's something you look for other people to do. Your own president did it to you. White people gonna cover white people. Well, he ain't got but 7 more days. A nigga could have never said it. Ain't that right? Nigga can't say he got 3 trays. He playing poker, they gonna say that treason. Nigga don't get nothing out their mouth or white folk blame something on them. Don't feel sorry for them. Pray for yourself. I've been telling y'all that, pray for yourself. Don't feel sorry for these people. Pray for yourself, people. These people didn't care nothing about you. Know how many our people been shot and we were told it was because of the extensive training that we didn't recognize and understand how police had to react in a matter of fraction of a second? And now one police reacted and shot and he on suspension. for shooting somebody who broke in the nation capital, who was still trying to get through the door, and she a victim. What was George Floyd? Why we don't know about that woman criminal history like we knew about George Floyd? Why we don't know about how George Floyd used to be a private dancer? What that got to do with the man getting choked out on the street by the police? Now, when every one of us down, they always find something negative about us, but when white folk die, listen to every time they speak, they'll tell you that 5 victims were killed. Victims. You're not a victim when you're a criminal. White people talk. Don't feel sorry for them. Feel sorry for yourself. All the good white folk, come on, meet me somewhere and let's get together and let's establish a better constitution then. Let's get something that's fair for everybody. I ain't against white people. I'm against wrong people. I'm against every black person that go against wrong. I ain't for going killing no every white person. I'm against us sitting around letting ourselves get killed by white people. That's just being honest. You're a defender of your life. How you become the criminal? That show you how much power white people got. Then he had to carry guns in that place. Picked up, they took their battering ram, they took their barrier and bust their windows out with it. The police supplied the ammunition they need to bust their stuff open. You ain't see assault rifles coming through that door at them folks and bullet flying. White people showed you they'll push over. But they look at your black face and don't think twice or blow your brains out pulling your license out. You pull out a driver license, look like a gun. A driver license look like a gun? When has somebody ever mistake a black phone for a handgun? An iPhone? Nobody that stupid. You that stupid, you shouldn't even pay the exam. You shouldn't have made out of the academy. A flat phone look like a gun? God, when you seen a gun with apps on it? The darn thing ringing. Just killed a man the other day who walked outside a car that had no emergency to it. The neighbor complained about noise. The man walks outside, walks through the garage, and gets shot. Laid out on the ground, and the police tell him to put his hands behind his back. Done killed the man on the ground. Put your hands behind your back. He laying on his hand. White woman, they pinned her down. You know what she told him? Didn't make no sense for him to shoot him. She said it. Own white woman with him. They won't play that for y'all with it. The white woman with him told him. Said it didn't make sense to shoot him. Same white man already had racist, already been caught up in racist scandal. They're going to try to act like they trained, how quick they react, how they, he saw a black man walk out the door, look like one leg. All those white boys shooting him. I got to get me one too. Something to sit around the dinner table and talk about. And now our black women ain't no better. Our black women, you just did wrong. You sold us out to them. You know when you call that cracker, what he going to do to us? He the one caused the division between us, so you'll call him and let him come and decide it. When he ever came down to the shanty, he got rid of the woman or sold the man. He took the kids out the home. He ain't never been no person to come and been no vindicator to nobody, do no justice for us. I'm not justifying no man putting his hand on no woman, but whenever he came into our homes and our family, we lost kids. We lost men. We lost women in our homes. Why that white man won't call me and let me come to the house and tell him what's going on? Because you know what he look at? What nigga qualified to come in my house and tell me something? Same thing I say about the white man. You ain't got nobody qualified to come in my house and tell me what to do. Tell me how to raise my kid and yours on crystal milk. The Menendez boy, when last time you heard about them? 2 white spoiled brat blowed their parents' brains out while they were watching TV and played a rape game. Same thing they do to us. Blame someone, claim we done raped them, white woman. Claim we done stole something and shoot her. What, just had a black guy. Our own daddy had to grab my thing at the first, cause the white woman say stole an iPhone. Locked the door, but just walked up. Then the Uber guy had to come back and tell you left your phone in the car. They trying to decide whether or not charges should be filed. That's what they do. She a victim. You know who the victim? She a victim. Because if he didn't steal her phone, let's just think about it. From white people's vantage point. He done stole something in his life. I'm sure they gonna pull his record already. He done something in school. I guarantee he done got an F before. He probably done skipped the class. They got something they'll use to justify. He not clean. Ask white people, you not clean. Tell these white folks, let you see this other white people history. Y'all know how many police officers that just losing their job who went up there in their protest? Police officers sworn to protect were in their protest line. Broke inside their building. Nobody gonna talk about that. White boy don't want, where Blue Lives Matter to tell about these white boys? These white boys who sitting out here with guns, monitoring, protecting, call themselves protecting white people, locking you up, they broke into the nation capital. Nobody talk about that. White boy, hero, you won't see him anyway, nigga. Court be closed, you won't never see it. Them boys be transferred somewhere, they'll be chief of police somewhere else. All I tell people, cuz I've been telling you, opt out this system. Let them have it. Only thing we can do, white people, and I've been telling white folks this as flat as I can tell you, let's just do business with them. Never be under them. That's why I won't work for them. Like y'all, you'll go to work for them because you ain't got no better sense. You don't know. Ain't no white man going to treat me right. I'm going to be a threat to a white man because I can think. I don't snort cocaine. I'm a threat to him. I can say no. I got my own mind. I can think for my. I don't need no white man to hold my head and tell me how long I'm supposed to go to work and tell me to clock out. See, you scared of him. You know you need him. He done taught you. He still got you on a slave mode. We can provide and protect and take care of ourselves. The protection you get from him have been what? It's dangerous when the man you called is the same man to blow your brains out. It's best we just learn how to take care of ourselves. Educate ourselves. Educate our kids. We need to medicate ourselves. Y'all hear me? We need to fund ourselves. We've been saying it for years, but our people are afraid to put it together. White people don't exist because of us. Go and look at who the real spenders. Everywhere you go, he come and take it, tear your building down and put houses there. He run you down, talk about your neighborhood, he don't want to come now. Then he run you out and he come down, all of them move back down. He know how much value we got in it. Go look at his Wall Street. It built on the top of black graves. Nigga still sitting up there trading. He know how to trade. He trade on top of the black, on the back of the so-called Negro. Until we start thinking better of ourselves and doing something better of ourselves, he's going to continue to denigrate us, disrespect us. He crippled now. He know he's in a crippling state. He's afraid by the 20th of this month, his people going to be ravaging him. They're done with him. Now, that's bad. When white folk don't trust white folk, what am I supposed to do? I got a white boy, white girl tell me they don't trust their mom and daddy. What make me trust them? These ain't my mom and dad. These your kids. Your kids say they don't trust you. Your kids kicking the door in coming at you. What am I sitting here questioning for? I've been told them. We've been told these people. Oh, it's tight out there now. It's tight. Don't be afraid of them. That's what they'll do. They'll run in and beat us up, shoot us with water, hole, pepper spray. Why they wouldn't use it on them? You tell me they got videos of police officers being pepper sprayed by knuckle draggers. How you let these people pepper spray you and you the police? When they gonna let a nigga pepper spray them? That's a disgrace. Just a disgrace. All right, we're gonna try to get ready to move on. White people don't like it, but you ain't my mama, and you ain't my daddy. White people. Hey, prayer. White people. Not my daddy. You know my mama. White people. Y'all all right? I might make an album with that. All right, we got to get ready to move forward. He's going to get ready to sound the Kato Sarah, which most of our people don't know why we do that. It's book. That means to asunder, separate. That's what we got to do when the Most High come back in, when Yahushua come back. He said the dead and the Mashiach going to rise first. They taught us Christ. That's what they gave you. Christ has come from a Greek word called Christos. We don't have it. Last time I had some good Christos, I fried some chicken. How many of y'all used Christo grease before? It's good stuff. I wouldn't put it on the man who I said saved me. We look at the word Mashiach. It means the anointed one. That's who he is, and that's who he always going to be. He's the anointed one. We let them keep Christ. You know what happens when you get into Christ? You have crises. Every time they give a Negro something, it always hurts you. You're in a crisis. Therefore, you got Christ, don't you? Yeah, you got crisis. Anytime white people give you something, they leave it to you, it only hurts you. Tell me when it's ever bailed us out and helped us. Tell me when. I'm trying to think about, what did you get exactly? I forgot they gave you the right to vote. Then you had to pass an aptitude test. Then your vote didn't cry. You tell me the situation and when they gave you something, help you, and I want to show you, and I'm going to make you show you that you can't defend it. Tell me what he gave you to help you out. He gave you medication, Medicaid, what he gave you, and got you sick. More people of color now have been diagnosed with major diseases that he gave us. How you didn't have these diseases before you met him? All diseases that the so-called Negro got, he got it through free health care. That's how you got syphilis. They didn't pay for it. They gave it to you. It's free. Listen, I grew up in the 70s, born in the 60s. I got something. I remember the white folk came to our school. They would pull up in a mobile home. They'll test you to tell you had sickle cell. Wasn't nothing wrong with my cell. Ain't that right? My cell was good. They need that study. Put you, show you a video of a black kid with sores all in their body to convince you to get in there and get on that mobile home and shoot you on that phone. Just start sticking and pricking. Y'all remember that stuff? How many of y'all remember that? Let me ask y'all something. How many kids in school now? Been in school for a few years. How many of y'all in school? How many of y'all? Do you remember that bus coming out there taking you on there, putting you on there for sickle cell? The dentist. Every time white folk come, son, I wonder what happened to the little bus. How many of y'all remember that bus that come out, the little mobile home? You remember that mobile home? Come to your school, they line you, go on there, and you get on there, get you in there and prick you. Did you remember that, Smitty? Just dentist. She probably went, I don't know what school. Red Cross was on her? The Red Cross came and took your blood? No, they didn't take my blood. They come and take your blood. They ain't take yours, though. What they tell you about your blood? They ain't want your blood.
I didn't volunteer.
You ain't volunteer? Mm-hmm. Did they ask you? Did they ask you? Oh, yeah, she said, you know what she not saying? You a kid. They show you some cookies, a lollipop, you get on that bus. That's how they get us now. They gave us cheese. They gave us the little cheap juicy juice. Nobody buy no juicy juice out their pocket. I remember that juicy juice. I remember that study juice. That's some good stuff because it's free. Why don't give you no Welch's? Why don't give you some, that thing about Welch. Listen, why these white folks don't give you Ocean Spray and Welch's? Because them white folks know, nigga, this ain't for you. Juicy juice got more sugar, got more problem gonna keep you sick and your kids. Them folks not finna go there and tell them folks you gonna get that fraud deflate. Them folks gonna slap you. Get back, nigga. You know ain't about to give you no Fruit Loop. No good way that don't come with no food stamp. Get your behind and get that cheap cereal. What that welfare said that cake. That's all they been doing, getting kicks off of you. Isn't that right? Y'all know what it is, kicks. Isn't that right? Change to a fix. That's all they do, getting you a fix for kicks. White folk make up stuff to mess you up. Who y'all ever seen in the store just going buy that same free cereal they give you? How many of y'all done spent your own money to go buy juicy juice? Then ask yourself, she buy 1, 2, 3. All them folks need to get help. I'm not gonna buy no juicy juice. I wouldn't buy it. I mean, y'all done did it. Y'all still, is it good? Oh, it's some more people now. All of them not honest. All right, Buster, I'm gonna ask again. How many of y'all done took your money and went and bought juicy juice? Don't be lying now. This thing tight. This tight right here. Hold on for a minute. I done cut y'all down. I see about 3 people. He's talking about, oh, no. So, I'm just saying, was y'all in the spirit when y'all bought this stuff? Oh, buy one, get, that's how they get you. Let me say something. That Ocean Spray and that Welch, they ain't gonna hard to do that. It's gonna be rare. They get you that, they're gonna be a coupon they're gonna send to white neighborhood. You're not getting that. No. They don't play no stuff like that. See, you always gotta watch when white people give away something, who the people get. I told her I go in the grocery store. I don't eat that free stuff for free. If it's free, give it to a dog. I don't want it. I don't take nothing out them stores them people give me. I don't want it. If they stop me and ask me about it, I'm gonna confront them about it. I'm not your dog. I'm not your animal. I'm not eating this stuff. Take it and throw it down the aisle. Let somebody else get it. I don't eat that mess. Let them get it. I ain't bought none out them stores they'll have for free. You get home, it don't cook the same way. They'll cook that stuff up so I can eat that stuff. You said, man, you get home, you cook. You said, man, what in the world? Because they'll mix up something to get rid of something and throw you and make you get it. Don't be stupid. Use your head. I'm going to get ready to move on. Y'all folk crazy, though. I didn't know that many juicy Jew lovers. All right, Malcolm going to sound the Kato Sarah, and we'll stand, then we'll turn to the east, and we'll pull out to the Most High. All right, Malcolm.